Water with amoeba, bacteria, protozoa, and other microbes is a potential source of infection of the stomach and intestine. So it's always better to disinfect water after procuring and before drinking. Also, you don't want to make your survival situation worse by drinking infected water.
Hi, I'm Pankaj, and in this video we're going to learn how to disinfect the procured water. In previous video we have showed how to store and procure water in an emergency situation. If you haven't seen that video, please click the I button up there. The link is also in the description box. So let's dive into H2O to learn how to disinfect procured water with household stuff and not dealing with too much of chemistry. Method number 1. Buy a micro water filter. People also call it a pocket water filter. Micro water filter filters out most of the bacteria but not all of them. So we have to move to the next method. Method number 2. Boil the water. Everyone knows this method, but you might have confusion for how long we need to boil the water. According to WHO says 1 minute boiling is enough for killing pathogenic bacteria and protozoa. So, the best way is to boil the water. But if you are in a situation where you can't boil the water, you have to move to the method number 3. Method number 3. You can always use a household chlorine bleach to disinfect water. But remember, if you are using a household chlorine bleach, it should be regular, non-scented and a chlorine bleach. Now question arises, how much bleach you need to add in water to disinfect it. In our previous video, we disinfected bottle with 1 teaspoon of chlorine bleach in 1 liter of water. But to disinfect water, you need to add 2 drops of chlorine bleach in a liter of water. Don't worry if different bleach bottle says different percentage of sodium hypochlorite. All is good until the percentage is between 6 to 8.25%. This is also a good way to disinfect water, as normally the water supply in your house is treated with chlorine. But what if you even don't have access for chlorine bleach? You have to move to method number 4. Method number 4 is add iodine to water to disinfect the water. Yes, it's the same pinch of iodine in your first aid kit. Again, the same question. How much iodine you need to add in water to disinfect the water? If the water is clear, you need to add 2 drops of 2% iodine in water to disinfect it. If the water is cloudy, you need to add 5 drops of 2% iodine to disinfect that water. Now, after adding iodine, you need to stir it and you have to wait for 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, the water will be ready for drinking. But what if you even don't have access to iodine? You have to move to method number 5. Adding iodine to water to disinfect bottles is again a good method. We normally use it in our expeditions. Method number 5. If you can't boil the water, you don't have household bleach, and you even don't have iodine to disinfect water, you can always use method number 5. In this, you need to put water in a transparent container and put a lid on it to cover the water and put it in the sun. But again, the same big question, for how long? If it's a direct full sun, you need to keep it for 6 hours. If it's a partial sun, you have to keep it for 48 hours. This method takes long to disinfect water. So these were the 5 ways to disinfect water in an emergency situation. But remember, don't drink water with dark color, floating material and questionable smell. It's also a good idea to keep water disinfecting tablets in your emergency kit. Do subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon for upcoming videos. In mountain, we always say, you're not thinking if you're not drinking. So hydrate yourself properly in an emergency situation. Thank you.